Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1 to 121 scale Matchbox Daimler bus, which was produced from 1966 to 1971. I got this one in a mail call from Pop's Reclamation Station, a fellow Canadian diecast customizer. Thanks again, Pops. This is going to be my entry to the Diecast International Builders March Invitational on the Paint It Green theme. You know, if there was a customizer's handbook, there would be a rule in there somewhere that you've got to do at least once about a dozen special cars that I'm showing you here. It just seems to be a rite of passage, and I need to tell you, I've only done one of these. Tell me in the comments below if you recognize any of them from my channel, but today I can knock off a double decker bus. It's not quite the famous Routemaster Double Decker, but it's close. It came in three colors, originally cream, which was the most common, while red seems to be the hardest one to find. Mine is the happy medium green. This is a kind of a hidden rivet that you need to locate for disassembly purposes. There were none on the undercarriage, only a tab in the front, so I got in there with a burr tool, and now the two simple pieces can be separated. This is going to be a rare, straight restoration on my channel with no customizing or elaborations. It's such a classic Lesney that I want to preserve it in that form. As I break it down, you can see there's no glass in the model. It's a metal base. Just needs a cleaning up and a washing, and of course a new paint job in green. I'll make up a new set of custom decals to perfectly match the originals, and it's a pretty simple job. It'll look brand new when I'm all done. This casting is a 1968 production, so I'm rolling it over in my hands looking for any defects, and I see one here in this front pillar. Very tenderly, I take a wooden doorstop and 2 or 3 taps, no more for fear of snapping it up, straighten that right up. And that's the only thing that I could see that needed repair. To remove the simple plastic wheels, I need to take off the burr from only one end of each of the two axles. The other is nicely peened by the factory, and I don't want to do anything that would damage that end. Here's the iconic look that's so part and parcel with the identity of London. There's a pretty durable enamel paint job on the Daimler bus, but a little bit of marinating in my paint stripper and it comes right off. Coming in the next few weeks, I've just finished work on the Silva Challenge K7 project, and I had great fun with it. It's coming out on March 11th. And in mid-March, I hope you're going to submit a customized Porsche for my annual invitational to celebrate 3 years of my channel on YouTube. This week's community shoutout goes to a brand new online friend of mine, Santa Slow Dog, who offers us a combination of rap music reviews and customized die-cast cars. I want to thank Santa for participating in the last 2 Four Horsemen invitationals, so follow the link in the description and check out this brand new channel. Give him a like and a subscribe and tell him you came over from Maple Leaf Customs. Thank you. And now for a little quiz to test your bus driver acumen. Can you name these famous bus drivers? That's Jackie Gleason from the Honeymooners, 1950s, good old black and white show. He played New York City bus driver Ralph Cramden. I bet you I lost most of you right there. The toughest part of the cleanup on the Daimler bus is removing the residual glue, quite thick, that was holding down those decals, but a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of time is all it takes, and it's ready to proceed into the degreasing and the primer stages before getting a nice fresh coat of green. The world's first motorized bus was built in Germany by Karl Benz in 1895, some years before Gottlieb Daimler started to build and sell buses in Germany as well. By 1898, both Benz and Daimler, then rivals, were exporting their buses to Wales and England. Soon, Daimler products were sold in the UK in a partnership with the British company Milnes. Milnes-Daimler developed a double decker in 1902 and provided a bus for the first motorized bus service in the United Kingdom the following year. Though the company met success in selling buses throughout the UK, the partnership between Daimler and Milnes had to be undone due to the First World War. Daimler and Benz merged into one company in 1926, 2 years after both of them signed an agreement of mutual interest. Thus, Daimler-Benz, also known as Mercedes-Benz, was formed. Do you remember the very lovely Sandra Bullock from the movie Speed in 1994? The green paint is set up and I masked it off and laid down this white strip so that my homemade decals would show up perfectly on top of the white. Let them soak just for a moment while I apply a little bit of microset. And as I said, this is all I'm going to do. Restoring it to its original state. I'm not even going to touch the headlights or the taillights because they weren't done on the original. It's a straight restoration today. I hope you're okay with that. For bonus points, who remembers Dorothy Harris from one of my top 5 all-time movies, Forrest Gump? Such a good film. It's a very simple reassembly today because of the minimal number of parts involved. You see all the work that I've done. The top deck of seats simply slots into place. There's no rivets, there's no glue. It's basically a pressure fit. And I found it was best to put the lower deck right on top of the chassis because it has to fit in a particular way to hold down the axles. And then the little tab goes in the front, and again, gentle pressure to put the inside piece back up in there where the rivet came out. And there's no way to get a screwdriver up in there without doing damage, so a touch of super glue in the recess that I made is all that's required. And I'll let that set up for a couple moments. Let's have a closer look at the Daimler bus. Basically, there was one repair on that front A-pillar, a little bit of body work to get the residual glue removed. No glass to worry about cleaning up. Just a hot soapy bath for the top and bottom deck seats, refurbished the wheels, cleaned it up with a fresh new green paint job befitting the monthly theme for the DIBs, and you can see the comparison now. Since 1968, this one's seen a lot of miles downtown London, but it's looking brand new and ready for service again in its refurbished form. If you're new to the hobby, this would probably be a very good first or second project for you to get your feet wet. These Daimler buses are ubiquitous. They're readily available, and this is a pretty simple project. I want to say thank you to the Diecast International Builders for hosting this invitational. Be sure to follow up on and watch the rest of the entries. I'm going to pack this one up. It's super kid-friendly, so it goes to the Goodwill store as a gift for a little boy or girl. Thank you for visiting my channel today. I sure appreciate it. Leave a respectful comment below and a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Drive carefully. It's coffee time.